Alright guys, hello, welcome to the video. We're going to be giving the TS-54 a go tonight. I am trying to branch out and play some other vehicles. We've been playing a lot of the Waffle Panzer, and we've been playing the TS-54 and also the 122 TM, and I really like this TS-54. This is the vehicle you get if you sign up for WA Plus. You get it for free. I am running it with 61% Brothers in Arms on the crew, and then we have full intuition here, snapshot, smooth ride, situational awareness, and full repairs. The stats on this thing, or vehicle characteristics, whatever you want to call it, it's pretty good, man. Like, the dispersion is pretty good, the aiming time is pretty good, it actually has decent gun depression, decent, not great. And overall, like, the view range, obviously it has no concealment, but the view range is pretty decent on it, and the turret armor is really, really good. I really, really like the turret armor of this vehicle. Side scraping is like, it's not great at side scraping. I'll just say this tank is not great at side scraping. It can do it if you have to do it, but it's not the best. It's kind of like the 122 TM. Like, the 122 TM can kind of do it as well, but it's not the best, right? Like, you kind of have that weak side when you angle out. You have to have the perfect angle, and it's tricky, man. But I have been able to make it work from time to time. So on the survivability slot, we are running the improved hardening. We're running turbocharger, guys, in the mobility slot, and I like bounty vents. It just seems to be the best setup for me. I prefer it, and it just works, right? I tried running it with VSTAP. I like it with the bounty vents. You know, it just feels a little bit better. You get a little bit more DPM, a little bit more aiming time, a little bit more dispersion, because you can't run rammer on this thing because it's a double penetrator, right? So I want to show you guys the armor profile real quick. I already had it pulled up, ready for you guys. And basically, if you're poking out at around a 21-degree angle, this is kind of what it's going to look like, right? If the enemy has somewhere around 210, 215 millimeters of penetration, yeah, just double checking that this is the right vehicle, man. But with the pen, I'm just gonna try and draw this for you guys so you can see. So, like, if you're poking out, it's gonna look something like this. You know, that's the hope, and like, so you won't see any of this over here. This will all be behind like a wall or whatever. So we just kind of draw this out. I missed a little spot there. But you can see where this thing is going to be weak, right? See this like whole area right here that you can pen? So if someone has even 200 millimeters of pen, they're probably going to be able to catch you here. And so, like, you can kind of play around with the angle a little bit, but ultimately, like, your angle has to be perfect, right? You can see that. And then even when your angle is perfect so that they can't really hit, like, say, the lower plate, it's not as easy, right? This is still weak, right? So, like, this is the problem with this vehicle, and I'll show you guys the collision mode, or rather the visual. And, like, this is what it looks like, man. So they can, if they're smart, people will just shoot you, like, right through the upper portion of the track here and stuff like that, and it will go through. But this thing hold down is an absolute monster, right? Like, it's this thing hold down, I'm telling you guys, like, even tier 10s. In the warm-up, the last warm-up game I had, it was on, oh man, I can't think of is it Cliff? I think it's Cliff, and I was facing a mouse. For like a good 3 minutes, I was battling it out with a mouse and holding a mouse as he was trying to come around the corner in the middle of the map there. And we were able to hold him off, right? I couldn't really pen him. I got a couple shots into him, but I'm holding him off. He's bouncing the turret, right? Because, like, look at this turret, man. Look at the effective armor of the turret. So it's just really powerful. Like, even in the weakest spots, it's like 280, right? It's 280. And it even says that it's more likely you'll bounce, right? Like, look at the chance of penning with 250 millimeters of pen. This whole thing. There was like a 21% chance spot somewhere. Did you guys see that? Apparently you can pen it like right here in the corner. But, like, the chances of these shells going through, guys, you know, very, very, very slim. Ricochet, then 100% chance. Interesting. So, like, you bounce off like that. It depends on the angle. You might get really lucky, but yeah, man. I mean, this thing is pretty freaking powerful. So, like, at an angle like this, you will pen it, though. So if you get any kind of angle, but if someone's looking straight at you with this tank, yeah, man, like, the cap is your best bet. Honestly, you might get really, again, you might get kind of lucky here or something like that if you're going for the hatch. But yeah, this thing is like ridiculous hold down. It's very, very, very powerful, very strong. So with all that being said, guys, we'll get into the games. I think, again, I played like 4 warm-up battles in this thing. 2 of them were on proc. 1 was on Abby, and no, I think it might have been 5 we played. Did I play 5? I don't know. I've been playing this thing quite a bit. It might have even been like 6 or 7 games, but I remember distinctly we got proc twice. I had a really good game on Muravanka, and we got Abby, and then Cliff. Because I've played this tank, I don't know, like I wasn't even going to do a session on it, guys. I was just playing it. I'm like, you know what, let me just do a session, because I never play heavies. But again, I'm trying to branch out. We've been playing TDs, mediums, heavies. I want to get my WTR up, and so I'm trying to do the best I can with that, and just trying to branch out to play other vehicles, because if I can play other vehicles really well, and I improve with other vehicles, we might be able to hit that 10k WTR mark. It's going to take a really, really long time, but I'm trying my best to try and get there. Just turn on my, if you guys were ever wondering, this is my CPU temperature, my GPU temperature, and then the frames. And I use this thing, it's called Rivatuner, RTSS they call it. Rivatuner Statistics Server. And I really, really like it. And then you have to like pair it with one other thing. So I pair it with, so it's Rivatuner, and then I think it's HW Info 64. And that's how I get this. And that's what this is. In case you guys were ever wondering what this is, I really like to see my temps. So that's why that is the way it is. And if there's fan noise, guys, I do apologize. This is Texas. It's really freaking hot in my room. So I'm just trying my best to, you know, bring you guys content, but not sweat bullets, right? So anyway, yeah, I'm trying to branch out, guys. And I just haven't really played anything spectacular today. We've had decent games. I'm going to push in and try and, like, if the BZ176 is here, I'd like to try and contest him and this T56. T71 Da in the mid. Let's see if we can hit this guy. This thing I've noticed is really bad at taking like long kind of shots, man. It's just not accurate. It's pretty accurate when you're middle, like medium range, like mid-range, close range, but I swear to God, man, and with this thing, when you try and like really shoot more than about 350 meters, it just never goes in close, you know, to where the reticle is, I swear. It just doesn't, man. Like, it just feels like the shells almost go outside of the reticle, you know what I mean? So we're going to definitely bully this 45. Just got to be careful with the PZ. Okay, would have thought I'd be able to pen this guy. That little cap area, but I guess not. Okay, hit the M4. Just being careful. There's still a Kanon and Jagdpanzer unspotted. I don't know if he's back there. But yeah, again, long shots, guys, like, just do not feel good with this tank. Maybe it's just me. Maybe we could have aimed that a little better. We aimed it a tiny bit low, but like both of those shells just like, they weren't even close, man. They went definitely at the bottom of the reticle. And so, you know, it happens. I think it's just one of those hidden values where this tank just doesn't have good... Are you going to poke that? It just doesn't have good long-range dispersion. You know, like you could say 0.32 dispersion at 100 meters or whatever, but these tanks have like hidden values that Wargaming doesn't really put into the game, and I've explained this. You can see it on like Tanks GG, but like at a longer distance, I think the shells just like have a lot more dispersion or something like that. That's just how it feels to me. I could be completely wrong, guys. It's just my experience, but that's how it feels to me. And yeah, because like on proc, I missed a lot of shots in the warm-up games I played. Or I say warm-up games, like anytime I'm not recording, I call them warm-up games. It's more like I'm just playing and not recording, right? Did this BZ go back? I really don't want to get clapped by this BZ. There he is. just going to have to take this. 319 he hit me for, so that wasn't bad. He definitely didn't pen that, so that's good. I just don't think this is a smart poke. I don't want to keep making this poke. Caro's trying to do it, but I don't think it's really going to work. So, we're going to come up here. I'm going to attempt to ridgeline poke this. Or not. You gotta watch your back, man. You gotta be aware of your surroundings, my man. Come on, man. You want to fight or not? Do you want to fight or not? It's not like your tank is OP or anything. I mean, BZ-176 is not OP, guys. You know, definitely not the most OP tank in the game right now. Okay, interesting. Now we go after this guy. Okay, you want to ram me? That's cool. He did fool me there, though. I have to give it to him, man. I did not expect him to poke up on the side there. But luckily he didn't pen. He really fooled me, like, big time, man. I did not expect that at all. At all, at all. I need double penetration for this. Oh, yeah. I should have just shot him and not waited for double pen. Now he hits me, and I take one from him, and I go lower plate. Okay, we only hit him once anyway. Good. Thought he was going to clean me up for sure there, man. We got lucky. I'm like, go ahead, hit me. We definitely could have brawled that out better. I didn't feel good about how I was brawling there. We got caught off guard multiple times, and then waiting for the double penetration on the Skoda, we should have just shot him, because I was actually in the worst position there. He was definitely in the better spot, because he could have poked and had my lower plate, and I was poking on him, and I didn't have his lower plate, so. Let's go to standards. And, like, I'll be happy if we average 2100 damage or more in this thing. I'd like to be at 2100 or more, because right now we average, like, 2000 and some change. I like to keep that going up. I can't believe I'm doing a session on this tank, man. Like, I was just going to play it a little bit tonight, just, like, relax, but I'm like, alright, man, like, let's do a session in this and the 122 TM. Because I did do a video on the 122 TM. I had a replay I wanted to show you guys with this tank, but it ended up getting... It's now obsolete, right? We'll call it, because Wargaming does their updates, and every time they do their updates, the freaking game, the replays break. So it's unfortunate, but that is the case. Come on, can you guys kill this guy? Like, what are you guys doing? Good. Okay, 2104 damage, 315 assists. This was a 6-7-8 game. I kind of wish we did more with that, but it is what it is. We did face the 176 and the Skoda. The other two tier 8s are heavies, tier 8 heavies. And overall, guys, I just feel like this tank is easy to play, right? So we're actually topped by experience there and damage, it looks like, which is pretty wild. I think Wargaming did a good job making this the Watt Plus tank because it's very simple to play in my eyes. Like, it can be competitive. I feel like the turret armor is really good. If you can stay hold down and you know all your hold down locations, then yeah, I mean, you can definitely make this thing work well. But I think it's just kind of like one of those stupid easy tanks like the T-26E4. Like, drive towards enemy, stay hold down, shoot red enemy, shoot red tank rather, and that's it. Like, it's just easy, you know. And you get the double penetration thing, and like maybe that's kind of a little tricky to understand at first, but once you understand it, you're good to go. So, okay, 7-8 game. Where this tank becomes interesting is at the higher tiers. Like when you're facing 9s and 10s, then you have to like 100% go hold down. You can't really do anything else with it. But again, I think I stated I was fighting off a mouse in one of my games that I played before we started recording. And like I was doing okay. So it's just like you have to stay hold down, man, you know. As soon as you expose like the lower plate or even this portion, like this is angled well. We didn't even really look at it too much, but especially if it's like a mouse, they're just going to shoot down into this like upper front plate. And so you'll get outmatched there pretty easily too. So let's load the APCRs. Let's see what we find here. Going to attempt to side scrape this. Need to come out a little bit more. A little bit more. Like right here. There's the KB5. Okay, I need to move away from this guy. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Thank you. I'm gonna come back here and fight these guys back here instead for now. We got lucky the KV5 didn't try and take a shot at me there because I was not at a good location anymore. Okay, it's fine. These things, I hate the KV5s, man. They have the most trollish armor. I'm gonna go like this, actually. I'm gonna call for some help here. We're definitely gonna be outmatched here. Hardcore, man. I think we have a really good angle on these guys, though. The T-28 prototype can, I think, just about go... Yeah, he went through the freaking turret, man. That's how good his pen is. So this, I can't really do anything with that, unfortunately. I like, do you guys see how I tilt my head like this? Like it's not going to make a difference, but that's what I do. I literally tilt my head. Look at the map right now, man. Really, HE, man? Come on, you're better than that. You penned me before. That should have penned. Goodness gracious, that hit him dead on, dude. It's like, which way do I go? You know, like pick a direction. These garbage teams that I keep getting put on, man. Like, what was this team doing while I was facing this, like, multiple people in this line right here? Like, it looks like the whole team just kind of melted, man. It's pretty crazy. I wish we would have gotten just one more shot off there, man. I should have just, like, tried to go one way or the other, you know? Like, maybe towards the T-28 instead, or tried to, like, run out the building. Like, I was thinking about running out the building, but, like, I just got swarmed from so many directions, man. I didn't know which way to turn. So, that's unfortunate. But if this game was much closer, right, this would have been a really good game. So, like, the potential to have good games in this vehicle, man, like, if you can angle out, see how we were kind of hull down and also side scraping there? That was a perfect location. And the T-28 was able to hit me once. Other than that, like, that was pretty much it. I think the KV-5 hit us once, right? We blocked 1720, you know, which is pretty good. I think that's 1720 is just over the actual HP of this vehicle. So we blocked our HP, right? Which is pretty good. And that angle was just really, really good because we're mitigating it a lot, right? We're mitigating being able to be penned, like, heavily. Because we're blocking the lower plate, but also side scraping at the same time. And so, like, that spot was really, really good, man. And we were picking apart the T-28 there. T-28 got, like, a one lucky shot, I think. But we'll take a look at it, just so you guys can see, like, the armor profile of this vehicle and stuff. But overall, like, compared, like, this team did really bad, man. I think we played it pretty gosh darn well, all things considered. The rest of the team just really let us down there. So yeah, we were picking apart. Look, that didn't pierce. I'm amazed that this did not go through. Now, we were spamming APCRs, yes, but, like, how does that shit not go through, guys? That is a perfect cap shot, and it didn't go through. But this will go through on the JP. Like, you know, it has no armor, but, like, look at that. The angle is just wild that pens. But we did hit the T-28 in the cheek here, and then again in the cap. So that penned, but that didn't pen. Like, that's wild to me. Is it because it had to go through this little, like, commander's hatch thing or something? This, like, you know what I mean? This, what do they call these things, guys? Whatever it is, so you can, like, see out the tank. That bounced on the IS, fair enough. That ricocheted, fair enough. That hit the IS's cap. That hit the VZ's cap. That bounced the IS, fair enough. It went right at the top of the cap. This bounced the KV-5, yeah, fair enough. That went through. That hit. That bounced, yeah. So the only one that was wild to me was this last shot on the T-28. Like, how does that shit not go in, man? Wild. But it is what it is, guys. Oh, and let's take a look at, I'm sorry, I actually wanted to take a look at our hits. Like, the people that were trying to hit me. So, yeah, that's not ever going to go in. That hit the gun mantlet as well. That, like, hit the very corner there, didn't go in. This is the one he penned. Which is that's wild, dude, that went through. But remember, I told you guys, right in this little corner, and, like, these things too, like, it's weird. Like, if you get lucky and you hit one of these areas, you might be able to pen it. That, like, almost should have penned. That was really close, but this commander's hatch is so tiny. That was a hit, but didn't pen on the hatch. That went into the gun. HE there. Didn't pen there. Even with HE, that didn't pen. That hit like right at the front of the tank there. That didn't pen, and then Callie hit me in the side, and then T-28 cleaned me up with HE in the side. So, is what it is, man. We tried our best, right, guys? But ultimately, that team was just really bad. I mean, I felt like I was holding that off pretty well. But we gave it our best shot. So let's get into another game with this vehicle. Again, I don't know if I mentioned, guys, but the fan, like, if the fan's loud, I apologize, but it's just like, it's ridiculously hot in this state. And I turned up the AC and everything, but okay, all 8 game. We haven't even seen the higher tiers yet, which I'm really, really thankful for. They have 2 TS-54s. Let's see how this goes. I'm almost tempted to go that way. I'm sorry, that way. But I think I'm just going to go where the heavies go. I think I kind of have to. See what we're facing first, but likely I'm going to load the APCRs. With brawling tanks, man, like, I never hate on people for loading APCRs because it's just like, I'm just going to load them. Because the reality is, man, like, it really matters for you to pen your shots, right? Like, if I'm playing a light tank, I always try and, like, because it's likely that you'll be shooting at stuff that you don't need the gold rounds a lot of times. But when you're brawling, like, any shot that you could have penned with like the APCRs and you use the AP instead, like, you're just not doing yourself any kind of favors. I guarantee you that Artie was trying to shoot the links. So this is a very gradual incline here, so we should be okay here. SMVs here. If he side scrapes, it's actually better for me. I should have gotten some spotting for that. Yeah, SMV is going to be basically next to impossible to pen. Shoot the Hawk 12 once. I don't think we're going to be able to do anything to this guy, unfortunately. My band-aid is coming off. It's really annoying. Let's go over here and help the BZ. Yeah, I'm coming to help you, man. I got you. Tank's just weird when you're trying to do the double penetration. That's what I was trying to go for, and then like I changed my mind, and it's just quirky sometimes. I was trying to go for lower plate there. Stop poking like that, man, please.
Enemy armor is damaged.
This guy just overexposing himself, like, getting in my way. It's like, I'm shooting HE. Why is the TS-54 shooting HE? Tiger's got a good angle now. Try and hit him in the cheek. Why is this TS-54 shooting HE? Does this guy just, like, not know the game mechanics? Dude, like, this guy needs to stop poking like this, bro. It's so annoying. I can't fight this guy if he's poking like that. Dude, let me get in here, please. You're killing me. Let me get in here. Let me get in here. Stop poking. You're driving me nuts, bro. Stop. God. I wish he would not poke like that, man. I don't know how he even stayed alive that long, poking sideways like that. T-26E4 is stupid easy tank, man. You do 45-degree angle, man. He was just like flat out poking, completely exposing his side plate. Now he's shooting me. Bad sport. Oh yeah, definitely, man. Clearly. He'll learn. He'll learn like what side scraping is and how to do it appropriately and stuff like that. With the T-26E4, you don't have to do it. It's actually worse to do it because you expose the side plate. But like poke at a 45-degree angle, man. You know, you keep poking way out, and I'm trying to angle. Like he's poking like just going out like this, and I'm trying to angle out. So every time he keeps poking like forward like that, I can't get shots into the lower plate. You know. So like what you want to do when you're working with someone like that, I call it literally working with someone. Like you're brawling people, you poke at a 45 so that I can come out and like you're not really in the way. You see what I'm saying? He just keeps doing this. And it's like you don't want to do that, man. It's really annoying for the person behind you. And if ever I'm in a situation like that, always try and work with people. Like I work in with people so that like as soon as they pull back, I fire. And you know what I mean? And like when you're just flat out going at a 90-degree angle like that, poking out, like it's just stupid, dude. Like don't poke out like that, please. Anyway, 2457 damage, guys. I'm crapping on this guy. I really shouldn't be, but like hopefully you guys get where I'm going with this. We beat we beat the T-26E4, by the way, by 1 experience point. He did really well, man. I mean, he did well. 1926 damage. It's just like, dude, you gotta learn how to work in with people a little bit more, you know, like angle and like, you know, because like I could have cleaned up that tiger freaking 2 minutes ago, and he just keeps poking in front of me, bro. So like again, I'm just complaining, guys. Like he did fine. It's just one of those like pet peeves of mine. I really freaking hate it when people do that. But anyway, 2457 damage. We were top here by experience. We also got a steel wall and yeah, 1280 blocked by armor. And let's get into the next game, guys. I think we're playing this thing a little bit better than I was when I was playing it off camera. Maybe we just had to warm up in it. Maybe it was good that I didn't record a session in it. At first, I wasn't even going to record a session at all. To make it worse, he called me a bad sport. It's like he heard what I was saying. I don't think we really like were in his way though, were we? I don't know, like what did I do, man? I know we kind of like rubbed up against each other at the beginning, but he was in front of me that whole fight. So I don't know why I was being called a bad sport. Because I like took his kill, or like what was he talking about there? I don't know. Maybe I'm in the wrong, guys. I mean, you let me know, man. I just like whatever, bro. I'm just trying to perform well in my heavy tank. All right, let's go this way. I think like I thought about going out here, man, but it's just not a good idea. We have to kind of try and brawl here, I think. Doink. Trying to work with this TS-54 here. This is a tricky one for us, man. I think we got to go back. I think I'm going to join him because they're pushing around hard this way. And there's no one here to face, so we kind of have to put our gun over here, I think. Guns. Oh, oh. Okay, I just missed him, man. I hit like the left side of him. I should get an assist for that. Shooting down the wall. So now, because I know the turtle has a solid turret, I'm just going to angle out like this to try and help him instead. This guy's doing things very proper in his VK. He's doing a good job. It's good angling. I'm going to overexpose myself to try and clean him up.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
I wonder if I can just shoot an HE at him, if that'll kill him. Probably not, right? $19. Oh, almost. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna load the standards now. I think we'll be okay. Push him with this turtle. Sante's right here. Just trying to go for that lower plate, and we hit it with no silhouette. Awesome, guys. Easy. Easy peasy. Okay, we're gonna go. I'm trying to go dark so I'm not like immediately lit because there's an ISU. I don't want to get freaking spanked on my way in. Trying to give the standard rounds a chance to fire, you know? Got the spotting for that, so that's good. Hello. There you are.
Penetration.
There you are. I'm just going to go after the 103. Good. Trash 103.
We didn't penetrate
Wow.
their armor. Penetration.
He angled at the perfect time. Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever. Goodbye. T-34 next. I could take one from the T-34 too, I believe. I have to. Really want a double penetration to end this. Just before the links ran through there, man. We got that off just in time, man. 2489 damage, guys. 1290 assist, believe it or not. 1150 blocked by armor. And I think this was a pretty gosh darn good session, man. Like overall, like these weren't. I definitely played my best game tonight off the recording. But I think consistently, this was the most consistent 4 games that I've had tonight in a row. So I don't think that was bad at all. We averaged 2250 damage over 4 battles, and it's a 5788 WTR, which is like just over, it's actually 10,700. I don't think it'd be that much, man. So that's pretty gosh darn good, man. And then 1,097 block by armor and 457 assist, guys. We didn't see any higher tiers, though, right? So do note that, right? Like this turret will hold up even against some like tier 10s and stuff. Obviously not the tank destroyers, but the heavies. But just keep in mind, we didn't see any higher tiers. I had 2 tier 10 games before we actually recorded this session. So I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. I'm going to go ahead and play the 122 TM. It's midnight here, but I'm going to try and get that session out for you guys. And then tomorrow I won't have to play like any World of Tanks. So hope you enjoyed. Catch you guys for the next one for the 122 TM session. See you for that one. Bye-bye.